5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We are SojuTalk. We are your weekly shot of K-pop. This is our episode 1, so our first publicly released podcast episode. We recorded an episode 0 last week, and it was pretty good. We might release it in the future, but I think it was okay. But we're gonna try to do better today. And we're recording on August 7th, 2018. And let's see. Okay, so first thing, so I don't forget again, I'm gonna introduce everyone. So I'm Doug, Instagram.com/Doug92Kim. Get in those DMs. And we also have with me Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
We have Jenny.
Hi, I'm Jenny, guys.
We have Anita.
Hello.
Hey, and today's main topic is going to be post IOI success. So the success of the IOI girls after they've disbanded. So we're gonna look at each of the girls individually and see what they've been up to, and just reflect on IOI as a whole. And then first thing I'm going to do, though, is go through some of the big releases of last week. We only have 4 releases this week, which is a stark contrast from last week when we kind of went ham and we covered like 10 of them. But so I'll just go through them first, and then we'll talk about the songs. So let's see. So on the July 31st, we had SF9 with Now or Never. On August 2nd, we had iKON with Killing Me. And on August 6th, yesterday, we had 2 comebacks with Red Velvet, Summer Magic, and Stray Kids, My Pace. So what do you guys think of these songs?
I actually liked all of them.
I did too for most of them. I liked iKON's Killing Me, and I liked SF9 song. Red Velvet, I think it's debatable.
Okay,
Really?
so.
Really?
So, Doug, myself, I liked 2.5 out of these 4 songs, I'll say.
Really?
It's the half Red Velvet.
Yeah, so for me, I've like, honestly, I've like never listened to SF9 before, right?
Mm-hmm.
I listened to the song. That was pretty good. I was down for that.
It was.
For me,
It was a really good song. Like, I feel like it's one of those songs like I'm gonna keep coming back to. The intro was really good. Holy shit.
For me, though, song of the week was iKON's Killing Me. I really like that song. Dude, the dance part when they're bending
I
down,
love the dance.
that shit
I
is
love it.
amazing.
Okay, maybe it's because I haven't seen the dance, but just the song itself, I was listening to it at work. Kind of felt
No, dude. Okay, so that's a song where once you see the dance with the song, you'll be like, this is a good song.
Alright, I'm gonna have to see the music video or dance or
Also,
whatever.
the blue shaders in this video, it like the aesthetics are great for that video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we got the 2 songs from yesterday. Oh, Red Velvet. I'm such a big fan of Red Velvet too. And for me, this fell a little short. Like, I thought it was okay, but it leaves me wanting more.
I thought it was really good, except for the banana part.
It was weird. It was a little weird.
That just had like a crayon pop feel to it. I was like, what is going on?
Yo,
Oh, I know what you mean.
real
But
talk.
Yeah.
So obviously the songs in Korea come out like right before we wake up, right?
Yeah.
So I listened to it at work a couple times, and then I ate a banana at lunch because of that song. I walked to the Whole Foods in Tribeca. I ate the most expensive banana ever, but it was worth.
Here's the thing though, right? Like for me, like Red Velvet ever since Dum Dum has been like kind of a non-stop vibe, like Dum Dum, Russian Roulette, and then what is it? Red Flavor, then Peekaboo, then Bad Boy. I was like on the fucking hype train.
Bro, I loved Peekaboo and Bad Boy. Those songs were incredible to me. And then this song comes along. I feel there's a couple issues I have with the song. Number one, some of the dancing in this song, it's like weird. I don't know how to put it. Like when they
The shark dance.
Are you talking about the shark fin over the head? I hate
Yes.
that. That was the worst part of the entire video. for
I
me.
found it a little
Cute.
weird.
They're
But
like
yeah.
like okay, so when I watch a K-pop dance, I'm expecting to see some crazy things. Like I shouldn't be able to do it, bro. I could do that shark fin thing, and I'll look just as cute as them, bro.
I don't know about that.
But here's an observation not having to do with the song. I thought Wendy looked Fine.
She looked really cute. Yeah.
Although she's lost so much weight at this point where I'm worried about her. We might have to call Jimmy John's, get her a sandwich, you know?
Okay, I have to say, when I first heard this song, I was like, it's meh. And then 3 seconds later, I was singing along.
It's
So,
catchy. Yeah.
It is very catchy. It's very addictive. I just know that it's gonna grow me once they start promoting their song on those music shows, and I see their stage live performance. I know it's gonna grow on me.
I don't know. I do feel like it's a catchy song, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm not a big fan of it. I've been let down.
There's no huge killing part for me either. I know the banana part is supposed to be the killing part, but I was like, God, you said banana so many times.
I just thought of Minions, like.
Yes,
I agree.
Oh,
Reminding me of
yeah.
Minions too.
The colors too.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so let me look up their past releases real quick so I could just get some reference. Let's see. You
go on.
So this is really in the vein of, it's a similar to like Balgamat, right? Red Flavor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what other things is this one similar? Oh, Rookie. This is also in that line of songs for them, right?
Yeah.
I really liked Rookie too.
So it seems to me that Red Velvet has like 3 zones. You have the really velvety stuff, Automatic, One of These Nights, right? That
Yeah.
Red Velvet, which I hope they come back with next time.
Mm-hmm.
You seem to have like the Bad Boy and Peekaboo style, which is the more girl crush style, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the super red releases, like the Power Up, which just came out, Rookie, that kind of songs. And for me, this is the weakest out of all of those really red songs.
Yeah, pretty much.
I would agree. Mm-hmm.
I expected more like summertime kind of feel to it,
I
like
get
Red
you.
Flavor, but there wasn't really that either.
But I because I'm such a big fan of them, I know in a week I'll completely take back everything I said.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna grow on you.
But that's the good thing about this podcast. We're gonna come at you every week, and then we could give retractions, we could apologize, all that good stuff. But okay, so let's move on to that Stray Kids song, because I have some heavy opinions about that song.
Ooh. Go on.
For it. Yeah.
Okay, I know that they're young, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did they debut earlier this year, or was it
Yeah.
last year? Earlier this year? Okay, I know they're
I think
relatively
it
new.
was
Like March. Yeah.
They're like JYP's new thing. We all know that. If I had to describe this release in a couple words, I would say overdoing it.
Mm.
I know what you mean.
Even the first comment on YouTube I saw was like, wow, they're really confident. That was the first comment.
What?
Kings of self-confidence.
That was it. Yeah, that was it. You saw the same comment. But like, okay, who's the first kid that sings? That kid with the funky voice. I don't know their names.
I don't know their names either.
But that one kid is trying way too hard. In my opinion.
The rapper.
The rapper. Oh, I mean,
Rapper?
there's like 15 rappers in that group too.
No. I know who you mean.
I feel like they are trying to go for a Block B feel. Like it seemed like Jackpot to me. Something like that.
Yeah.
I got those vibes, and I feel like they're young, and it's like I understand that you're trying to be like I would say for a rookie group to go hard, a good example for me would be BAP's Warrior. I thought that was a really good early song that was strong.
Yeah.
I feel this one, it didn't feel super genuine to me. That's not saying the song's bad. I think the song's pretty good, but I was judging from their performances in the music video. I think they need to work on a little bit of the acting for this music video, because they were going like nuts. But those are just my 2 cents.
Kind of going along that line, I listened to the first track before going into the second track, which is the title track, and it I was listening to the lyrics, and it's really, really cringe.
Is it?
No,
Wait. Which one?
The lyrics are about why am I existing? That's how the album begins. Like why is there purpose? And I'm like, I'm into K-pop, and this is not what I'm expecting. You know what I mean? And it's still kind of like same like pop kind of style, and it felt really. I'm sorry, it felt really cringe, and it felt like looking at like, like when BAP was like really new before. That's what it kind of felt back when BTS was like really really new, like first couple.
Yeah.
It felt like that's why I think that's why it's like kind of feels like overdoing it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know I've been a little hard on them, but I do feel the potential is there. That's what I'll say though.
I really like. I don't know why, but the beat or like of the verses, it seemed really catchy to me. I don't know how I feel about some parts of the song. I wouldn't say I liked all of it, but overall I was.
I'm impressed for a rookie group though. I know and I'm thinking about my criticisms, and it's more based on the music video versus the actual song, because the song's pretty good. Although I feel that the one rapper guy who starts the song needs to tone it down like one notch, please. Like that kid was going ham the entire time, and I was like, whoa, slow your roll, youngin.
They are producing everything themselves though. That's
Yeah.
Okay, I could, but like props to them, because they're definitely gonna hit it big. I feel a little bad for GOT7 though, because is there only room for one boy group at JYP? We'll have to see.
I mean, they have Day6 too.
That's true.
Yeah.
But Day6 is like its own thing. This is like a direct competition to GOT7 in my opinion.
Is it?
I think it
They'll
could
be
be seen as that.
fine.
Okay.
It's JYP.
Okay. I know JYP's killing it, as we all know. All right, so is everyone good? Does anyone have any more comments on these new releases?
Nope.
All right, so this is a new section that I thought of. Normally, we would look at the weekly top 10, right? But Instas is like completely down for some reason.
It's really sad.
It's really sad. But I found okay, so they did release the information earlier today. Their website was down, but the information was still out there. And I found a source that takes information from their website. So instead of looking at the weekly thing, today is an exception. We're going to look at not the weekly rankings, but the current rankings. And these rankings were from noon Eastern time. That was the last time they updated before the site went completely down. It's completely down now. You can't even find like the song rankings anywhere.
Dang.
So this is the top 10. I'm going to go through the top 10. We could talk about it a little bit. And because obviously rankings, there's a lot of stories behind rankings and stuff. So hanging strong at number 10 is Bul빨간 사춘기 with Travel. Love that song.
Yay.
But that song's been out for like a month and a half. They still holding on. They're holding on strong. Number 9 is iKON with Killing Me. And considering it's a new release, it's kind of interesting that it's only at 9.
Yeah, seems low.
So I'm going to keep going through the rankings. Just keep in mind, iKON's 9, even though a lot of the songs that are above them have been out a lot longer. So it's a little weird.
Interesting.
Number 8, we have Paul Kim with Every Day, Every Moment. This is a OST song from one of the big dramas that's out right now. So that explains that. This is not like a chart manipulation. The drama's pretty popular. The song's doing well. Everyone, cool your jets. Okay, and then we got 7th place, A-Pink is standing strong with I'm So Sick. This is a little surprising to me that they're above iKON.
I really like A-Pink song. It was good.
I like A-Pink songs. I do not like their plastic surgery decisions.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna be straight up, right?
Hasn't their song been out for like a month or so now? Like
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while, and it's testament to that their fan base is pretty. It's still really strong. They're holding out. They're holding out strong. Even all the other groups have disbanded. 21, Sistar. They're like, no, we still here. But I'll make a quick comment about my earlier comment. So Nayan, why'd you do it, bro? But the bigger one, Namju, way. That's all I'll say. We could talk. This might be a future topic, is plastic surgery in Korea. But for now, all I'll say is I like the song a lot more than I like their face decisions. In 6th place, we have Mamamoo with Egotistic holding strong. I like that song. And I think considering that song's been out like 2-3 weeks, that's about where they should be at this point. So number 5 is Blackpink with Duru Duru.
Oh, going strong.
They going really strong. So number 4 is Twice Dance the Night Away. Which one of those came out first?
Blackpink.
What?
Blackpink. Okay, so Out of those two songs, I prefer the Blackpink song, but we all know that the Twice fandom is hella strong, so that makes sense.
I'm like huge. Just for reference, Twice came out early July. Blackpink came out mid-June.
Early July, mid-June. Okay, interesting.
So just kind of natural. Yeah.
Number 3, we have Zico Soulmate. So that's the song featuring IU. That's a fantastic song.
I love this song.
Good song. Good song.
My jam of the week.
Considering it's not like a group song, they're doing well. I think everyone agrees that song is fantastic. For me,
it's Zico and IU. It's great.
That's an amazing collaboration.
It is.
It's like everyone knew the second they said like Zico was gonna collab with IU. Everyone's like, all right, that's gonna be a hit. Like there's no way it couldn't have been a hit. Let's be frank here. But number 2 is a controversial one. Sean with Way Back Home.
Oh boy.
I will never listen to this song.
Okay.
Mr. Nilo the second over here.
Okay, here's the thing. That song's on the I think I forgot what the exact playlist is called, but it's the biggest playlist on Spotify for K-pop, right? That's it. K-pop Daebak. It's on that. I listened to the song. It's actually a good song though.
I don't support people like this, so.
So for those of you,
what happened?
So for you,
what happened with that guy?
So for those of you who don't know, this song is controversial because everyone thinks that it was chart manipulated up until this point. So from what I've read, the way it worked is they found a way to manipulate the chart right before it became like nighttime in Korea.
Yep.
So the way it happens is they stream the song a ridiculous amount right before. So the polls in Korea have this weird period in the middle of the night from like, I think it's like midnight to 6 in the morning. So at like 11 o'clock, if they want to manipulate a song, they play it a gajillion times right before midnight hits. And then at 6 in the morning, all of a sudden that song will spike really hard in the rankings.
Okay. How it works is all the really big fandoms such as BTS, Twice, EXO, 101, all these big idol fandoms will start streaming nonstop 24/7, right? And people go to bed after 12. Like that's why there were most users in like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. in the morning when people are going to work and stuff. Basically, because those people are streaming 24/7, that's when like BTS songs are number ones. And by like 6 a.m. in the morning, this chart is back up there. Like Red Velvet's back up there, Zico's back up there. But that's like the difference between the nighttime and the daytime chart in Korea.
The fact that even though they've been accused of manipulating and he's still at 2 says a lot. They must be pumping in a lot of money to get it up here because there's no way this song should be number 2.
As far as I know, it's not that expensive because they I believe it's the same like labor force that's used for like comment manipulation in China. Like I heard this is not a rumor, but I heard there's a pretty cheap like labor force in China that does these kind of things. And apparently it's not that expensive.
The topic of chart manipulation is a big deal because earlier in the year, an artist called Nilo also had a song do pretty much the same exact pattern of movement and stuck in the top like 5 for like months, even though no one knew who the hell Nilo was at the time.
That song was actually pretty bad though.
Yeah, but it was actually popular, and I am not okay with this because a lot of fans spend a lot of money just to get their groups up just like one more rank above the charts, and these people are just manipulating, making their way up there. And you guys said it's not even that expensive. Like, no, like I don't even want to listen to their song once.
To be honest, like I don't know, I'm not a fan of like idol fandom just streaming the entire night away. Like that's not right either. Like sometimes I wake up.
It's different though.
Spending money and time. They're spending money and time on it, and they're not doing anything illegal. So I don't know what's like bad about it.
I agree with Jenny on this because here's the thing, right? This chart is supposed to represent what song's the most popular. If you have the most amount of fans, that means you're the most popular. So then I think you should be allowed to be number 1. Whereas a guy like Sean, no one knows who he is, and he's still number 1. It's like, it's not even bad for the people up top because it's like, here's what I'll say. Someone like Twice, Blackpink, Mamamoo, they don't need to be number one because they're so established. They have a big fan base. They have concerts that they're making enough money where they're fine. This really affects the groups that are trying to come up more.
Yeah.
Because, like, for instance, okay, I gotta name a low tier group. Oh, whose fandom do I piss off right now? I'll pick one that I like. Okay, let's say like Uju Sonya, right? We still need to get a number one Uju Sonya. Let's go. If they had a song out right now and they struggling, just getting on the top 10 is a big deal. And if they're sitting at 11 and this guy's at number 2, I'd be so pissed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why I don't think it's fair, because he doesn't deserve this. I think, like, in the world of
Like,
K-pop, you need to build your fandom. That's
yeah,
it.
he didn't work his way up there. He just appeared out of nowhere, you know?
Yeah.
This is his first single?
No.
Or
It's
I
not.
don't know anything about this
It's
guy.
not, but it's not his first single. He's been around for a while, but the thing is, based on his previous performances, he should not be number 2. Because there's 2 reasons why he should be number 2. Number 1, he actually has the fan base, or number 2, the song is a hit across Korea, and neither of those is occurring. So that's why it's controversial.
If I can go back to my like idol fan streaming comment, it's fine if you're like actually if it's like a guy just streaming, like if he's like listening to the song on Melon. But like if the guy gets like 5 different devices across 10 different accounts to stream that song like overnight and he's not even listening to any of it and has it muted,
That
like,
means that he has to pay for 5 different accounts, and if he's willing to pay that money and willing to spend that time to do that, like, why not?
This is what I'll say. It's one of those situations that morally, is that wrong? I would say yes. But considering that everyone else's fandoms are doing it, is it wrong? No.
I think I agree with that part. Yeah.
Because if that guy doesn't stream and all the other people in that fandom don't stream, that song's not going to get up there because the fandoms of all the other groups are doing it.
Yeah. If you're a listener and you do it, I'm not telling you to stop. I just think kind of fucked up. That's what
I agree. But
yeah.
I like this section. I think it like, because these rankings are very layered. There's a lot going on.
yeah.
All right, so following this charts, I'm just gonna go through the show winners real quick. So for those of you who don't know, who are a little bit into K-pop, not super into K-pop, a big measure of success in Korea is how many music shows you could win. So music shows is similar to like back in the early 2000s, like TRL, where a song would win number 1. But in Korea, there's a humongous culture around these shows. So I have the results for 6 of the biggest music shows, and then I'm just gonna go through the results real quick. So Twice was the big winner of the week. Dance the Night Away, even though that song's been out like a month, they won 4 shows.
Dang.
They won Inkigayo, Music Bank, Show Champion, and Show Music Core, and that brings the total amount of wins for Dance the Night Away to 9. That's a lot of wins for a song.
Dang.
And also, they triple crowned on Inkigayo, and a triple crown means that you won 3 times, so you get taken off, so they can't win anymore. But it pretty much means that song was an absolute hit.
Wow.
And then
Crazy.
yeah, so I'm surprised how many shows they won, considering how many groups are out right now.
Yeah.
I think
They're
they
competing.
won a total of like 70, 80 times, like something around that number.
Yeah, so for instance, I know Sonushide has won, I think, 100 on the dot music shows, and Twice has been around about half the time, and they've won 70 something already. It's pretty
Wow.
crazy. But so we had 2 other shows. So the show, which is on SBS MTV, they didn't broadcast, so there was no winner. Weird, I know, but it happened. And then the other show, M Countdown, Mamamoo won that with Egotistic, and that's their second win for that song. And that's honestly around what Mamamoo sort of does with every song. They win a couple. They never win like a gajillion, like 10, 9. But winning a couple is good because it shows that you're relevant and you're winning stuff. Also, Mamamoo, shout out to the Muumuus, their fandom. They're the one fandom that I think everyone is chilling. No one really hates anyone in that, and that fandom is known to like not go in wars with anyone else because everyone just likes Mamamoo because they're cool. So anyone else have anything to say about the current songs before we move on to the main topic? Or are we good?
I think we
Oh,
good.
good. Except Sean.
Bro, if you want,
Yes.
eventually we could have a whole topic about chart manipulation and like things we need to do with that need to happen with the chart. But for now, it's like, I just hope they figure out a way to stop that because it's so not fair to everyone else.
Yeah.
All right, so now today's main topic, post IOI success. So we chose this topic because Produce 48 is going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
So Produce 48 is under the Produce 101 banner of shows. So Produce 101 is a survival show in which trainees from different companies come out and they compete to become part of the final group. So generally it's normally 11 to 12 member group at the end. So you have to be voted as the top 11 or 12 most popular kids on that show. So IOI was formed out of the Produce 101 Produce 101 season 1, which was I would say a cultural phenomenon in Korea when that show was going on. Their title song was called Pick Me, and that was the most played, most meme song that entire year. It was referenced everywhere. My grandma knew that song. It was absolutely crazy. So from Produce 101 season 1, the winning group, which was 11 members, was called IOI, which stands for Ideal of Idol, if I remember.
What?
Yes.
That's a thing?
That's a thing.
It's good for something?
Yeah, let me look it up. Let me look it up just to make sure I'm not wrong here. Ideal of Idol, and they were formed by CJ Entertainment. So that's who they were under.
That is a surprise. I thought it was just IOI because 101.
Ideal of Idol, dude. So IOI debuted on May 4th, 2016, and they disbanded on April 22nd, 2017. So they were around less than a year, actually, which is crazy.
11 months.
It seems way longer in my memory, but apparently it wasn't.
So sad.
I know. I still okay, so I gotta compose myself because I have so much to say about this topic. So while IOI was together, they had 4 releases. They had 2 main releases, 1 subunit release, and then 1 goodbye song.
Mm-hmm.
So they came out with Dreamgirls first.
Yep.
I don't think anyone really loved that song.
I did.
You like that song?
Really?
Dream girls, dream girls.
Oh my god.
It was kind of bad, but I liked it because it was IOI and it was catchy at the end.
Okay. Okay, so that was from the album Chrysalis, and that sold. So I'm gonna say some numbers first. So in Korea, album sales, I would say, represent the overall strength of a fandom, whereas the amount of sales the single gets represents how popular the song is. Would you guys agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that had 87,000, and the song itself had 650,000 buys, which is pretty good. So after they came out with that song, the next release was called What a Man, which was a subunit because these girls are trainees from other companies. A lot of them had obligations to their own companies because they were in groups concurrently while being in IOI. So for example, the girl who plays second, Kim Sejong, was in Gugudan and was in IOI at the same time. So it was IOI on paper is a good idea, but when you get trainees from all the companies, it's a bit of a mess to manage.
Yeah.
So What a Man came out, and What a Man sold 69,000. And then so that was the album itself, and then the single sold 370,000. So not as much, but they won 5 music shows with that release, which is a lot.
Dreamgirls not win anything?
Dreamgirls won nothing. It got
wow.
to 3rd place on the charts, but it did not win anything.
Oh, dang.
And 5 music shows, you might be like, well, how big is that? 5 music shows is humongous. A lot of groups, their whole goal in life is to win 1 music show. And for this group to win 5 off of their second release is pretty humongous. So after that, they came back as a full unit, all 11 girls, as Very, 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 or everyone knows it as Namu 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 though. And that was a hit. That was an absolute smash hit. That sold 103 million single sales, had 106 million album sales, and it had 3 music show wins. So you gotta remember that this was all within 11 months, right?
Yeah.
They won 8 music shows in 11 months, and then their goodbye song was Sonagi or Downpour, and it sold 1.1 million singles, and it also won another another music show. So in 11 months, they won 9 music shows. Crazy. Their legacy.
That's crazy.
So before we talk about each girl individually, let's just talk about IOI as a whole. What are you guys' opinions on like their legacy?
Oh, I miss them.
I was a very big Produce 101 fan at the time, and the girl that I was obsessed with, her name is Chonga. When she made the group, I was like, I'm going to love this group, and I did. And I supported like every single release they had, and I was very, very sad when they disbanded. I was actually kind of busy at the time when they disbanded, so I kind of caught up with like all the videos and their last concert later, and I was just crying for hours watching that stuff. Like, it was sad.
Dang. I mean, I didn't really get into IOI because I didn't watch Produce 101. I did watch the last episode with you guys. I don't think Anita was there.
Okay, so for me and Jenny, I don't know about Anita or Warren. I know Warren wasn't really on the show. Anita watched some, right? You weren't.
I did.
You weren't super deep though, right?
Yeah.
Jenny and I were so deep into this. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, so at the time, all of us were going to the same college, and we were in this club, and we had to go on a retreat, right? During this retreat, where we're supposed to be doing team events, I had torrented one of the episodes that came out that morning because it came out. It came out.
You brought the episode?
Yes, I brought it, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my
because
God.
it broadcasted Friday night in Korea, which was Friday
Yeah.
morning for us. So I torrented in class.
In class.
In class.
On
So,
the school Wi-Fi.
no, not even in the school Wi-Fi. I used my data from my phone, set up a wireless
Oh my
hotspot, and
God.
torrented this episode because I knew I
Oh
didn't
my
have
God.
time. So I torrented this, brought my computer, and we watched this when we should have been bonding with everyone else. We watched the entire episode at this retreat.
We did.
Yeah,
we did.
yeah.
And then we got together. I think Warren, me, and Jenny got together to watch the finale too. And
Yes.
oh my God, we had like a bet going on about predicting who was gonna make it, and it was like, for me that year, that was like the number one thing that happened.
Yes, it was.
Remember how I got the 11 members correct? Like, the order was wrong, but I had the 11 members correct. Like, holy shit.
We thought you cheated.
I still think he cheated, bro.
Like, how do you
What?
get every single one of them right? I don't even get it.
Yeah.
Dude, no. What the?
You had to pick 11 out of 22, right? You didn't
Yeah.
even watch the show. You got you didn't get the order right, but you picked 11 out of 11. Come on, man.
Dude, do you know? What? No, dude, I did. Okay, I have the spreadsheet somewhere. Dude, I made like analyses of, like, depending on who is friendly with CJ, who is not friendly with CJ, what their ranking trends were. I did a lot of analysis even though I didn't watch the show. Like, they were all numbers to me at that point, but what the heck? I'm so sad that you guys think I cheated.
Okay. Kudos to you.
Good job.
Okay.
So I'm still
Like,
forever in my heart gonna think you cheated though. Let's be straight up.
Oh, fuck you! Oh my God.
Yeah, like, cause you know, I'm just salty because I put so much effort into that, and I put so much. I think I judged
So much time.
I judged on emotion, not like objectiveness.
Yeah.
Because I wanted like Hanheri and Nayoung from Gugudan to make it, and they didn't.
Yeah.
But okay, so I think we should go into like the main meat of this topic, which is looking at the success of the girls after this group has disbanded, because it's like a vast array of success. It's very strange.
Yeah.
And we're also talking about this topic because 101, which is the male group that was formed out of Produce Season 2, they're technically scheduled to end after New Year's promotions, but they might even extend the contract because they're doing so well. But this is more like what might happen to them. So we're gonna look at this.
No.
I know. All right, so let's look at it. So first place on the show was Jun Somi, right? Everyone loves Somi. Somi is from JYP, which is one of the big 3 companies in Korea. She was on the survival show. So this was her second survival show. She was on the survival show to be on in twice. The show was called 16. That show was okay, but it was not as good as Produce 101. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Somi's in an interesting spot because she's one of the few members from IOI who's not in a group currently.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like she'll have to go through a third survival program to be in JYP's new group this coming fall. So.
No, Somi.
I don't get it. Why?
I mean,
I
she's
feel
pretty
like
much
okay.
it.
I feel like she's not going to be in the survival show because I feel like
Yeah.
the new JYP girl group is pretty much like finalized. Like there's a lot of speculations going on, but I don't know if there's gonna be a survival show. I feel like the members. But let's be real. Like even if she gets to be in the survival show, like she's gonna hard carry the group.
Yeah.
She's probably the most famous. Like she's technically a trainee, even though she's been on everything. She's like the most famous trainee in Korea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because she did a ton of variety shows, and she was one of the members of Unnies too, which was an all-female reality show. She was one
Is
of.
she really even a trainee though? Like
She's
I feel like she's not at this point.
No, I think she's officially like signed as an actress.
yeah, she's signed with JYP.
I would consider her like an entertainer right now.
Yeah.
There's no music coming out of her.
Yeah.
She doesn't really act. She mostly does variety shows.
Yeah.
And she's tremendous on them. She's hilarious.
She's hilarious. Yeah. Her and her dad too.
Yeah, her dad's killing it too. He was on Descendants of the Sun,
Right.
the drama, and he's gonna be on Real Men 3. So he's killing it too. But so she was first place on the show, but outside of being on variety shows, not that much. It seems like she hasn't gotten that much work because she's not actually in a group. So there's no like super popularity for her. Kind of unfortunate.
I do think there will be like a survival show. Like looking at what JYP's been recently doing, like they had a survival show for all the way back. They had a survival show for 2 p.m. They had a survival show for Twice. They had a survival show for Stray Kids. I think they're definitely gonna have a show. Like even if it's not a survival show, they're gonna have something to promote. You know?
They're gonna have something, but do you think she's gonna be on it, even though she's like pretty much assured a spot?
She's gonna be on it just to like hard
face. Yeah.
Just for the hype.
I agree. All right, let's move on though. So second place, my favorite member, Kim Sejong, also known as God Sejong. She's like one of my favorite people in all of K-pop.
She is like one of the very, very few celebrities that my mom actually. Like my mom just hates on everybody, but she's like, oh, Kim Sejong, like she's real, like she's cute.
She's also known as Aje Sejong, which means like old man Sejong, because she acts like a old man in Korea, which is pretty hilarious. So she's from Jellyfish Entertainment, and she's a part of Gugudan. And she's a part of their subgroup Semina, and they've released 4 albums, but none of them have been very successful.
Yeah.
They're in a kind of terrible position. So
I didn't even know there was 4. Oh my god.
For reference, their first album, Wonderland, had 116,000 sales, which is comparable to IOI. So that's a good start, right? They debuted while IOI was active. They debuted.
Yeah.
However, their next album had 70,000 and the following one only had 17.
Oh no.
That's
sad.
That's sad, right?
Yeah.
And she's been on the she's been on a lot of variety shows. She was on the drama School 2017, which wasn't a super popular drama, but it was popular with K-pop fans because it had a lot of idols on it. Did it? No,
I think it did.
It did, right?
Koreans don't like dramas with idols in it.
That's true. And then she's been on variety shows. She was on Talents for Sale, and she was on the Netflix variety show with UJ Suck Busted.
Oh, that one, yeah.
And the only other notable thing she did was she was on the song Flower Way featuring P.O. And that sold about 1 million. So that did very well. She's honestly, probably out of all the IOI girls, probably the second or third most successful. I think she's the second.
I think like looking at their solo brand value, she's definitely the most successful, I think.
Okay, so we're going to go through everyone, but I think the top 3, before we go through everyone, is Chungha's number 1, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah, I
agree.
Actually, yeah.
Okay, so I think there's only 4 candidates for like who's been doing the best, right? I think the candidates are Chungha, Sejong, Chaeyoung, and Jugyeolgyung.
Okay, I don't think Sejong's probably like 4th.
You think she's 4th? Okay.
Yeah.
But it's like the crazy thing about that is she's 4th, but while IOI was going on, she was arguably as popular as Somi, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
And it's terrible for her because she's so successful as an individual.
Yes, but her group.
But she's in Gugudan, and Gugudan also contains another girl who is an IOI named Mina.
Mm-hmm.
Who's even in a crappier situation if you think about it, because she's literally in Sejong's shadow, right?
Yeah.
She's the MC of Music Core right now, though.
Yeah, but it's like
That doesn't mean much.
when
though,
your
to be honest.
album does 17,000, you having big problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, this group, I'm very concerned about them.
The issue with K-pop groups, I would say in general, is that there is so little money in K-pop that's like, so if you're at the top of K-pop, if you're like a Twice or a Blackpink, your company has so much money, right?
Yeah.
You can afford to have a couple dud songs in a row and you'll still be fine.
Mm-hmm.
When you're at these smaller companies, if you dud 3 songs in a row, you might be over right there. They just might not have the money to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
And the fact that their album Coco, which had that chocolate song which was terrible, only sold 17,000, and then their most recent release, The Boots, wasn't very good either. It's very worrying to me.
Yeah.
The most worrying sign to me is that they had to release a subunit consisting of the 3 girls who were on Produce 101. That's pretty much waving the surrender flag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It might have been better for them, their company, to have just released that subunit as the group.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think that would have been the better thing, to just have a three girl group.
Gugudan has 9 members.
They have 9 members. I could
a
name
lot.
maybe 4.
Yeah, I don't know them.
There's a girl, Sally. Sally, right? That's a girl, I think.
Who is Sally?
No idea.
There's a
Sally.
Sally. I already know because she's an American name.
There's Hana. She's
Oh,
pretty.
okay, we got 5. But other than that, I have no clue who they are.
Oh, wait, there's a Mimi in there.
Okay, wait, we could name all of them. Come on.
Okay, I think there's like, hey.
There's a hey something. Hey Jong,
There's like,
hey,
hey.
hey me.
Hebin.
I'm gonna look this up.
But this
I got
okay.
this up too.
But this is just showing like groups we like. We could name everyone pretty quick.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty worried about them because number 1, Sejong's like my favorite person, but man, it seems like it's gonna be a struggle.
Know that there's a Chinese member in this group.
No.
What?
Okay, let me make a guess here. Does she have a Chinese name or a Korean name?
Yes, a Chinese name, and she's
Oh, is it
from China.
Can I get the first character?
Liu
I have no clue. Okay.
Yeah,
What's her name?
Shanning. I don't know her Korean name. Let me look that up.
What?
Too.
I did not know that there was a Chinese member.
Jenny.
I am shook.
This is Sally.
No,
Huh?
or really? That's Sally?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, well, that makes sense now. Well, thanks, Jenny.
Sally's Chinese?
Sally's Chinese?
I had no idea.
Really? Okay.
Well.
But I hope that Gugudan could like make it, but I'm really doubtful, to be honest. And if you think Sejong has it bad, the other girl in the group, Mina, has it even worse. Because like
Yeah.
she has like half the popularity of Sejong. It's like that group is I would say most of their fandom is just because of Sejong. And that's not a good situation to be in.
Pretty much, yeah.
So let's move on to number 3. We have I'll cover Chae Yu-jung and Kim Do-yeon together because they're both in From Fantagio and they're both in Wakey Makey. And if you thought that
Yes.
Gugudan was struggling, Wakey Makey's even worse.
Oh my god.
So their albums sell about 30,000, which is pretty bad. But the singles sell even less.
How is that possible? What the
I didn't
heck?
think it was possible, but the figures I found was that the album sold about 50,000, and the single sold only 21,000.
Dang.
Okay, I have to say though, I Don't Like Your Girlfriend was a very, very catchy song.
No, the issue I had with that song was that they only let the two IOI girls sing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And it was a little weird to watch that.
So those numbers I said is actually correct. So the single sold less than the album.
That is sad.
Which means
Which
means that other than their core fan base, no one listened to that song.
Yep. And like same thing with Kugudan, like they had the IOI hype going on right after they disbanded. So of course they're gonna buy more albums and stuff at first, and then it's going to decrease and decrease.
They had another album, Lucky, and the song was La La La. I don't even remember that song.
Oh, wait, when did it release? I had no idea.
That was February.
Oh, that's
No.
I didn't know about it.
No.
Oh
Okay,
my God.
I'm just really sad because I love Yoojung. Like Yoojung's a very talented girl,
Yeah.
and same thing with Toyeon too. But I feel like their talent and all the potentials they have is kind of not shining because they're in Wiki Miki, and it's kind of sad.
And they're in Fantasia, which is going through issues.
Yeah, Fantasia is a terrible
So
company.
Fantasia is a company
What's going on?
Fantasia is a company that was originally known as being a company for actors.
Oh.
And they're having humongous problems with their actors right now. So Kang Hana, which is one of their biggest actresses, she like refuses to do anything with them right now.
When did the Lucky single come out?
February.
So they haven't done anything since February, and they're a new girl group.
Correct.
Yeah, that's not okay. That's bad.
That's terrible, right?
Yeah, they're a new girl group. They should be releasing something like every 3 months. Okay.
And the only thing, like, so I haven't seen Kim Do-yeon in like forever, right? Chae Yoo-jung was on that Golden Tambourine show that lasted like 15 episodes. Other than that, the only thing that they've done is they came back recently with Uju Meiki. So that was the collab between Uju Sonya and Wakey Meiki that no one watched.
Yeah.
I watched a little.
That had Luda and I want to say Sora from Uju Sonyo, and then it had Chae Yoo-jung and Kim Do-yeon. But it didn't go anywhere. That's also raising the white flag. Like
I think that single was just put together as a commercial song. That wasn't really meant to do anything, I think.
But we'll move on because, man, at least the next person, we're getting into the, someone who's doing okay.
It's my girl.
So 4th place, Kim Chung-ah from MNH. They did the smart thing and made her a solo artist.
Yes. Good management right there.
She's had 3 releases. Her first one, Why Don't You Know, only sold 28,000, but the second song, Roller Coaster, 900,000.
Wow.
Okay. Why Don't You Know was actually one of those songs that was kind of, it wasn't struggling, but no one really cared about. And then everyone's like, oh, it's good. And it started like slowly like rising in the charts.
The thing about the Chung-ah right now is like, in terms of where she stands in the whole scene, she's like, I wouldn't say she's at the level of like a Hyuna or a Sunmi, but she's like one step below them.
Oh yeah, she's
getting there.
She's getting there. She's gonna work her up there.
And that's
I think with the recent scandal of Hyuna going on, I think like definitely good potential to like burst out of that.
Thing with Chung-ah is she can sing really well. Her dance skills, I'm not even gonna talk about.
She choreographs like every single dance for her stuff.
So good.
Yeah, and she's pretty, and she is goddess. She's everything. This girl is gonna get big, and I know she will.
So here's the thing, right? It's an understated fact, but so a lot of these smaller companies, you run it on a budget, right? It's a struggle. It's struggle city. Like for example, La Boom had a crowdfund like 2 songs ago, right? The fact that she could choreograph her own stuff means they're saving a ton of money.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that she's a solo artist means you don't have to split the money up a lot.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, maintaining a group with like 9 members, like 13 members, that is a lot of money.
That's so
like
much
you have to
money.
feed them, you have to dress them, you have to
Groom
style
them.
them.
So also just the way idol groups work in Korea, you have to pay back your debt. So as an
Yeah,
idol group,
yeah.
you become a trainee, which means you're not a fully fledged artist. You haven't released anything yet. So the training period could be anywhere from a couple months to like a decade. That's what we've seen.
Years. Yeah.
And during that whole time, you are pretty much having everything in your life provided by your company.
Mm-hmm.
And the hope is that eventually you debut for them, you release albums, you start generating income. But before you actually see a penny of that income, you have to pay back the company for what they invested in you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll continue,
So-
Jenny.
So for the big 3 companies like SM, JYP, and YG, I've heard that you don't actually have to pay back. So this applies to one of those like more of the struggling companies, like the
Mhm.
smaller companies. And also if you leave the company while you're training, you never debut, then you actually don't have to pay the money back.
Wait,
Okay.
hold up. What if you're a trainee in the big 3 and they're doing all this shit for you? Like, is it free? Like, what happened?
No, it's more or less that they're willing to take the risk on you.
Yeah, they're willing to take the
Oh.
risk on you. So so basically it's free for those big 3 companies.
Mhm. But for someone like,
Shit.
so for example, like Gugudan, right? You got 9 members.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say those 9 members, they average 2 years of training period. That's 18 years of paying. That's like you raised the kid.
Investment.
You raised the kid pretty much, right? 18 years. So, and that's like rooming, dance practice, singing
Yeah.
practice. If you're from a different country, English class, all that's
Yeah.
included in that. So there's a lot of groups who don't even make a penny for years. Like, what was it? EXID was debuted for 4 years around
Yeah.
when Up and Down came out. We Are It.
Yeah. Yeah.
And only after that song was humongous did they finally start making money.
I remember Seohyun from AOA
Mhm.
saying she came out on a show and saying like it's been I don't know like 4 or 5 years since they debuted and they're still paying their company back money.
It's terrible.
What's her name? Didn't that Chao Lu from Fiesta say that she's like in debt right now? because of
Okay, so
that?
I saw Chalu on the Baek Jong-won food truck show, right?
Oh, yeah.
She says she pretty much makes no money.
Oh.
And it's terrible. But Chungha's good because they made this the fiscally responsible thing of having her be a solo artist, because it's not like M&H has a ton of high profile trainees at their company, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, they don't.
They have a diamond in the rough, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they took Chungha. They're like, all right, you're our girl. You're our it. She's like at this point like the main thing out of that company.
Yeah.
Is there any any other girl
He's
like
the
out of
company's
range?
face. What'd
Yeah.
you say, Warren?
Is there anyone else?
Okay,
Like-
there's this girl on this Produce 101 season,
Yeah.
and I
Oh, the little girl.
yeah, the little girl. Yes, she's
Yeah.
very little though, so I don't think she's gonna be
Oh.
out anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, she's not as good as Chungha.
Yeah, she's not.
So cute.
Yeah, that doesn't.
But-
She's okay.
Chungha's arguably the most successful because although she might not have the sales of some of the other people, because she's a solo artist, she needs to sell like 1/9 of the amount to be
Okay.
equally
Yeah.
successful.
Let me put you guys in perspective of how popular she is in Korea.
Mhm.
So I went to a Hongdae University Festival in May,
Mhm.
and there was this girl like K-pop like girl group cover dance group
Oh,
on
yeah, yeah.
campus. And they did a bunch of songs, and then they did Roller Coaster, and
Mhm.
everybody, like literally everyone, started singing along to it,
Aw.
and I was like, I'm so proud.
No, but I think Chungha's gonna do great things going forward because it's like I feel Hyuna's on. I would say after her recent scandals, she's on the way. I wouldn't say on the way out, but she's on the way down a little, right?
Yeah.
She's definitely a peak.
And Sunmi after Gashina, I don't think she can maintain that level of popularity. I think it's really set up for someone like Chungha to take over some spots. And I think that's. Here's a bold prediction: within her next 2 releases, she'll win a music show. That's a bold prediction
Yeah.
from me.
Hope so.
Yes.
I think that's very likely. I don't think that's bull. I think that'll happen.
It's just hard because she's solo, but I hope she wins something.
Oh.
All right, so 5th place we had Kim Sohae, 가수하고 싶어. So
Oh yeah.
So Kim
Kazuha
Sohae
Kpop?
is
I
from
forgot about this girl.
She's from Redline, which is pretty much an acting company, and I don't think she even wants to be a singer.
No, I don't think she has.
She just
Sohae.
wants to be an actress, honestly, because that's what her company knows how to do. They don't know how to make music at that company.
I mean, does she have the talent to be a singer?
No.
Let's be real.
Honestly, from what I've seen, it doesn't seem like she even has the talent to be an actress.
Oh no.
Because she's been on very little. She's only been on a couple web dramas, and she's just was on a variety game show. Like, it was a variety show. It was about video games with Heechul.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was funny though.
But they even replaced her with Luda from Ujusonyo.
Yeah.
So
Oh my gosh.
Here's the thing. Their company is called Shark and Penguin Entertainment, and she's the only asset in that company. Like their company.
she's not in Redline anymore.
I'm looking at the wiki page right now. Apparently, she's in S&P Entertainment.
Wow, so she switched companies. Interesting.
Yeah, and apparently the company office is her parents' cafe.
Jesus Christ.
I have no idea where she's headed.
I think Sohae is that person who had the biggest advantage from the show.
Yeah.
She was known as the Mnet's daughter.
She was like
she
The
had
editing for her.
she was
had
like
so much screen time.
she was like Mnet and Sejong's daughter. Like
Yes,
Yeah,
and Sejong
yeah,
was nice to
yeah.
her, so she had luck. Like
He
she
made
had
her.
but I do not. It's a little mean, but I do not see her making it big.
Okay, I personally didn't even want her in IOI, so I don't know. Like, I didn't see any talent in this girl, and I didn't really like her either. So
You know what? One thing I'm happy about this season of Produce 48, there's really not one of these girls this year.
Okay, that's debatable.
Who?
Talk about this.
Maybe
I don't
Kang
agree.
Hae-won. Kang Hae-won.
Hey, but at least she's pretty.
That's true. She's very cute.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, so you got to think. Produced season 2, there was Jang Moong-bok, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Korea captaincy to the double.
And in Produced China, right? Produced 101 China, the girl who got 3rd place was the meme character.
Oh,
Oh
really?
wow.
Yeah, they carried her. She has no talent. She can't even she can't even count to 8 on the beat.
What?
Oh my god.
It's a huge issue for them.
What's her name?
Her name is, let me see. Oh God, I'm blanking.
Is this Yang Chao?
Okay.
Oh yeah,
What
Yang
is-
Chao-ye. That's her name.
What is
Yang Chao,
her
yeah.
charm? Like, is she funny?
Oh,
Is
her
she cute?
her interviews are next level. They're so funny.
Oh.
Oh, I see.
She's very self-reflective and just bashes herself, but it's really funny.
Oh, I see.
That's
It's
why
one of
people
those,
like her.
You can't hate
She's
this person
she's like
kinda type.
she's
Yeah.
like, I try so hard, but I still suck. Like
Oh.
Oh, wait, that's cute.
Dang.
the other issue is because she has very limited training. Whenever they perform, she looks like she's dead in the eyes.
Oh my god.
It's so funny though. Yeah, and because she's 3rd, they place her next to the Uju Sonyu girls who are full-on professionals, so it makes it even look worse. But speaking of China, the 6th member is Ju Young, who's from Pledis. She's in Pristine, and out of the groups from Produce 101, Pristine might be doing the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as far as groups. Yeah.
Sad that it's yeah. kinda
But they
true.
also have had to do a subgroup with Pristine V. But
Yeah.
they're consistently pretty popular, and she herself, she was a mentor on a Chinese show called Idol Producer, which was similar to the Produce series, and she was one of the mentors with Song So from Uju Sonyo, and she's been making a ton of money in China, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
That's great for her.
Yeah, so although in Korea her group might not be doing tremendously well, they seem to have a decent fan base, and she herself is doing very well. Not only so in Korea she's not on a lot of things, but in China she's a humongous star.
Yeah.
So I would say she's one of the top 3 most successful, just because China, there's so much of a bigger market where you don't have to be that successful to make a ton of money.
Right, right.
7th place, we have Jung Chaeyeon from MBK. She's in Daya.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So Daya just came back with a new song.
No, they come back? I thought they were coming back soon.
Okay. So I was watching Hello Counselor yesterday. It was yesterday's episode, and she came out with this maknae girl from Dai. I already forgot. Oh, Somi. I think that's her name.
I like her.
Oh, really? She was a little weird.
She is weird. That's why I like her.
Yeah, but I was like, oh, it's Taeyeon. It's nice to see her.
So yeah, that song officially comes out in 2 days on Thursday.
It was okay.
But
It wasn't
Jongchaeyeon
amazing.
is such a hard carry of that group. The group doesn't do that well, but Jongchaeyeon does a lot of things. She's been in movies. She's had 3 supporting roles and 1 main role in drama, and she's the Inkigayo host, which is actually a pretty prestigious job to have.
It is.
Because I would say, although all the music shows, like there's like Music Bank is a big one. Inkigayo is probably the most famous, in my opinion.
I think, they're all famous, but Inkigayo, like...
There's something about being that host, which everyone is like, wow, you're the host in Inkigayo. That's a pretty big deal.
Oh, I had no idea there's this much premium value.
I just think if you're a music show host, I think there is value in that. It means like
Definitely.
you're a somewhat popular idol that gets to be the MC of the show.
No, ever since I saw like Notar as like the host of like Music Core, ever since I saw that a couple years ago, I don't know, I kind of like, maybe that's different.
So the next 3 girls were girls who are in groups that we've already mentioned. So Kim Do-yeon is in Wakey Makey with Chae Yoo-jung, Kang Mina is in Gugudan with Sejong, and Im Na-young is in Pristin with Joo Gyo-kyung. And all 3 of them have the same problem. that the other girl that we mentioned so far is more popular than them.
Yeah.
I'm just really okay. I feel like Na-young is doing okay because, you know,
I feel like Pristin...
she's in Pristin.
They're going to make it eventually, I feel.
And Pledis is not my favorite, but they have more potential than the other 2.
Out of Fantasio, Jellyfish, and Pledis, you would 100% choose Pledis if you had to join a company.
Yes, and Mina, at least I can see her face every week through Music Core.
Shout out to Mina. She dieted so hard.
She really did.
Like,
She's
shout
so
out
pretty.
to her.
But where is Toyeon?
Yeah, Doyeon's like gone, and she was one of your favorites.
Yeah, where is she? Like, I miss her.
Ugh.
It's really sad.
What is she up to?
Nothing, dude.
Oh.
They probably
Like,
sit
no
at home
TV?
and watch reruns of Produce.
Oh, jeez. Dude, that must be so sad if you no.
You know, I was actually rewatching the 같은 곳에서 stage. Do you guys remember?
Oh,
that?
it's amazing.
so
It's
good.
amazing.
Say hello. Yeah.
Under
Toyeon's-
under the same sky, and that was
Yes, under the same sky. And Toyeon's ending face, like she was crying.
Mhm. And then
This girl is so pretty, has so much potential, so much talent. She barely got any screen time in Produce 101.
She looks like
made
Jeonjiyeon.
herself- She does. And she made herself up there to IOI. And like, I don't get why she is like not doing anything.
Oh no! Hold up! She's been in stuff.
bro.
Oh, really?
But none of it's notable.
No, spoilers alert! She's 2 days ago. She was on Masked Singer.
What?
She was?
She got kicked out of first round.
Well, here's the thing about Masked Singer. I think 7 members of IOI have been on it now.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, she's the 7th.
Oh, I need to go watch that. But she got kicked off first round.
Can I make an aside real quick about Masked Singer?
Yeah.
Please watch Masked Singer because I believe that the person winning right now is Solji from EXID making her comeback. And Solji, if you didn't know, she had a thyroid issue. She was out for like a year and a half, and she's finally making her. I think she's making her comeback through that show because she was the first Masked Singer in, like, champion in the pilot episode. And I think she's making her comeback, and she deserves everything in the world because she's a fantastic singer. She's killing it on that show too. But watch, it's not even her, and I'll be so pissed. But so, well, let's go to the last girl, and then we could talk about like reflections of IOI as a whole. Was it good that they made this group? Was it bad? But lastly, we have Yoo Yeon-jung, who's from Starship, who's in Uju Sonyeon. She joined Uju Sonyeon, which was an already established group who had 12 members, and she became the 13th member. Probably, and the one thing that I don't like about her joining the group was they already had a lead singer, Dawon, who's also in her right a fantastic singer. But when Yeonjung came, she pretty much took all her parts.
It's kind of true, yeah.
But Uju Sonyo is one of those groups that they're like one big song from being really popular. They're teeter-tottering.
I really hope their next single or album does really well, because I've been on their like little like hype train that goes upward like by like 5 degrees every comeback, and it's
okay. I have concerns for Starship though.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like their focus now will be the new girls in the current Produce 101, and I feel like their focus wouldn't really be Uju Sonyo anymore.
Here's the thing, right? If I was in Starship and I was planning this shit, right, I wouldn't debut my group until the Produce 48 group is over. And because like that'll give time for Uju Sonyo to become a little bigger, and that'll give time for the 48 group to do whatever the fuck they want.
Arguably, the girls who are on Produce 101 now have more hype behind them than all of Uju Sonyo combined.
This is true.
Yep.
It's so sad.
It's really sad because Uju Sonyo, if they just keep the goddamn space theme, they'll win something. Because everyone likes Happy was the worst thing that they ever did.
I don't fuck with
it
Happy.
Completely ruined their momentum. If Dreams Come True was the song after I Wish, they probably would have won a show.
I would have, yeah.
They completely screwed it up by having Happy. It completely ruined everything for them. And now they're also having the issue where the Chinese members might stay in China instead of coming back. So
I mean, I don't know if that's an issue for this. I kind of talked about it last week.
It's an issue because if Songso's gone, you lose half the fan base.
Is Songso gonna be gone too? Songso's not in Rocket Girls.
Songso's not in Rocket Girls, but she is humongous in China.
Yeah.
And because she's in Weihua, whatever that company is, and they're having issues with Starship, we'll have to see. So now let's just like briefly, before we move on to current events, like other news that happened, reflect on like Produce 101 and IOI in general. Like for me, I think IOI and Produce 101 Season 1 was great because it allowed these kids who probably might not have made it otherwise to make it in this industry. But you have to deal with the consequences of that being that not all of them will be popular and not all of them will make it after the fact. It's one of those situations where is it better to have been popular for a while and then crash or to have never been popular? And also, some of these kids are popular that wouldn't have been popular, but it's like, did they deserve to be popular in the first place? Or did this show just catapult them, right?
Yeah.
It's tough because other than like Chungha, maybe, no. And at parts, some of these groups, no one's reached the success that they've had together.
Yep.
Because no one's won a music show out of any of these kids. So it's tough.
I feel kind of bad for them because they had to go through something 101 48 group probably never will. The thing is, when they first debuted with their first single again,
Dream Girls.
Like the big three broadcasting systems, KBS, NBC, they fucking hated them. Like,
yes, they blacklisted them.
Yeah, basically, and that kind of fucked them over, like in the very beginning.
Yes, until
really bad.
Until What a Man and Namu 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 came out, they sort of were blacklisted.
Yeah, like they were never on like the main three TV shows or any of their.
I'm gonna give a shout out to JYP because he put his name on Namu Namu Namu. It allowed them to go on every show.
Yeah.
Because although sometimes JYP people might not like him, different opinions of him. I'm happy that he cared enough about Somi's success to give them a song because he knew if he put his JYP seal of approval and whispered at the beginning of that song, JYP, that it would instantly come with a high level of legitimacy.
Okay, I think you guys do know that they promised to the fans that they will come back 5 years later.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
That's probably not gonna happen.
I feel like it will happen, and there is a very strong IOI fandom out there. And this is really like touchy subject for me because I'm a very big fan of 101 and they're basically in the same situation right now. And how I think about 101 is like I'm just really, really blessed to see these 11 boys just get together and do things together and make crazy things happen. It's like all memories at the end, and it's something that would have never happened if it wasn't through this show, right? So same thing goes for IOI. Like, regardless of their post failure or success, like, I think it was like a culture, you know. Produce 101 was huge.
I agree.
And their IOI success as a group was huge too. So I think all in the end, like, I think it was really
it was worth it, and I think that 101 should be very thankful that someone was the guinea pigs for their success.
Yes. That is very true.
And I do think that IOI will go down as one of those like crazy things that happened in the scene, right? That allowed everything else to happen.
Yes.
IOI honestly marks this point where trainees are important in Korea.
Yeah.
See, IOI started, you know, there are so many like survival type of shows. Like there's Mix 9, like there's
the unit.
The unit.
They're like the American Idol / Survivor of Korean reality shows, where they set this humongous trend for the next like 10 years. And
I think this was all possible because IOI was be able to, you know, do this.
Honestly, these kids were pretty brave for even going on that show. They had no clue what to expect. And
exactly.
But all right, I think that's enough about IOI talk. I'm a little depressed.
Quick, shout out to my roommate who was asking like why IOI. Stop asking why. You ask me like every week. Like, holy fucking shit. This is why they disbanded. All right, go on. Sorry.
All right, so so we have this section. It's like the main news titles from last week, right? So instead of doing a full discussion, how about we'll go through each of the article titles, right? And then we'll just give like a 1-sentence reaction to the whole article.
What is oh my god.
All right.
Or else we're gonna be talking about this for hours, right? Okay. So here's the big one from the week. Netizens are calling Pentagon the rookie idol group with 3 dating scandals in 1 week, plus leave hate comments.
Holy shit.
What?
I will sum this up really quickly just because people might not know. So the most boiled down version is, in Korea, rookie idol groups. Rookie means like the first 3 years, you're not supposed to date. It's a big no-no. And in 1 week, Pentagon had 3 dating scandals. What were you guys' reaction? 1 sentence each.
What the fuck?
For me, I'll just say the sentence, way to screw yourself going forward.
I would say I wasn't surprised about Hyuna and Idam, but to have 2 other scandals was a little.
Can I say one more sentence? Is Cube better than joining Tinder?
I was gonna say a Tinder sentence. God damn it.
Okay, I have another sentence. Don't fuck with the fans.
Okay. Warren,
that shit is deep.
Warren.
I was gonna say better than Tinder.
Okay, but we'll move on. Next one.
God damn.
CJ and Big Hit Entertainment to establish joint company. My sentence will be, do the big 3 companies have to worry? ?
My answer / sentence. CJ is the new K-pop.
You cut out.
CJ is the new Disney of K-pop.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
I would say I'm intrigued. I want to see how it goes.
Okay. And Jenny?
Well, both sides will be making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good. All right. So next one, SM Entertainment confirms Girls' Generation new unit, and going off of that title, the remaining members, all 5 of them were spotted filming. So that's Taeyeon, Yuna, Hyoyeon, Yuri, and Sunny. For me, it's let me see. Grandma Generation.
Oh my gosh.
Will there be another hit?
I would say I'm worried. I'm worried about
Okay, let's extend this. You could say more than one sentence, but it has to just be a short like reaction to this.
Okay, I want to say I can't believe this is actually happening, and I hope it's good. I feel like it's going to be good. And I'm happy about it.
I have only one thing to say. I hope their promotion is longer than a week, because last time
I
Yes.
agree.
sad.
Okay, next one. All My Girl members recovering from car accident. No major injuries recorded.
Wait,
can you
reported.
What happened there?
Explain what happened.
So they were coming back from a late night schedule. They were in a car accident, and I think 3 of the members had to go to the hospital for
Oh no.
like nothing broken, but like
Major?
they probably got cuts and stuff, I assume.
Aw.
Oh,
This is
God.
I think the major thing for me is idol group managers need to be well rested and actually protect their idols, especially driving at night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we do not need another, what was that group's name?
Ladies Code.
Ladies Code
Ladies
incident
Code,
to
yeah.
happen. No one wants that. So
Yeah.
here we're all hoping for their recovery, and we'll hope they'll be
Yes.
back soon.
There's a word in Korean called ekdem, which means something bad happens in exchange for something good. So like something bad happens, and so like next week something really, really good will happen. I hope they do really well in the future.
Okay.
And this is a kind of a ekdem for them.
Next one. CL sports weight gain at Incheon Airport. Fans show concern for her ongoing friction with YG. Let's be straight up here. What the heck?
Did you guys know that she is filming an American drama?
Yeah, I know.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So there is speculation that she might have purposely gained weight for that.
But still, that much?
That
Okay.
adds too. Like that's
Here's my estimation, right? CL was never a stick, right? But from what I'm looking at, she gained probably like 40, 50 pounds.
Okay, I thought she looked cute.
I don't think she looks bad. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm very impressed with her because let's say she was the type to gain weight easily. And I'm really surprised that she kept up with like her body this whole time. And if she did it purposely, I'm also amazed that she gained that much weight purposely.
I saw an interview with her in March, right? And she was just normal CL. So this happened really recently.
Yeah, so I feel like that might be the case, like for the thing she's filming.
Bro, but is that worth? We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, it says it's a movie with Mark Wahlberg, so it looks like
Dude,
Yeah,
I saw like a little
Marky
teaser with her in it, and she looks fierce, and she like cusses in there too.
What?
Yeah, she was like, she's like, we gotta fuck these bitches up. That's what she said.
What?
Is she looking thicker than a Snickers in the trailer too?
No, it's just her face, but she looks sharp. Like she looks like so fierce. I liked it.
Okay. And the last one I had was a final episode of Produce 48 might not be able to air live, plus hold live voting due to underage contestants because they're hella young.
Oh,
Yes.
They can't be
Hella
on
young.
TV after, is it midnight or 11? It's one of those
Midnight,
So-
yeah.
you can't be on TV after 10 p.m., but you can until midnight if you get your parents' permission.
That's
Weird.
so funny.
And we know that the Produce finales always last like 10 hours, so it would definitely run over midnight.
Dang.
That's funny.
We'll see. It would be hilarious if they have to pre-record and then it's gonna get leaked. But we'll see for that one. And then finally, we got some anniversaries. So Red Velvet 4 years, Blackpink 2 years, 101 1 year. The most surprising thing to me is I did not know Red Velvet has been along for 4 years. That seemed a lot longer. But props to them because every single song they've had has been pretty good.
Yeah.
Except this one.
I can't believe it's been a year since 101 debuted. Like that's been a really fast year.
Yeah.
And then
Means we're getting closer to disbanding.
that's it.
No, don't think about it.
And then finally for the upcoming releases for the following week, so August 9th, so that's in 2 days on Thursday, we have Daya coming back. And then we only have very few releases. So next Tuesday on the 14th, you have Yeoja Idol
Ooh.
Yeah, that should be interesting after the dating scandal. Plus, they had a flash mob in New York City.
They did?
Yeah, Times Square in Washington Square Park.
Like fans or
They showed up, dude.
Huh?
Watch it online. It's ridiculous. And they had a flash mob, and the people knew the dance behind them, so it was really weird.
Dang.
And then is it MXM? Is that how I pronounce that?
Yes.
MXM, who's they're the guys from Brand New Music coming off of Produce 101 season 2. They're coming back as well.
Oh.
On
Yes.
14th.
Oh. I'm interested.
So the
Woojin
young,
and Taewi's company.
so all of the young groups are coming back this week. So that should be interesting.
is what's his name? Terry and Woojin in?
Not yet. MXM is just Donghyun and Youngmin, but they will probably. I think there's gonna be 7 members in that group, but probably MXM, Woojin, Taewi, and like few more members.
Okay, so it's like just the 2 of them for now.
Yes.
So
It'll be interesting.
do you guys want to talk about 48 after? Because I think we should wrap this bit up though.
Let's talk it after.
Okay, so thanks guys for listening to our first official podcast. This was our episode 1, and we were SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. So joining us, as I said before, was Warren.
Hey, thank you everybody.
Jenny.
Thanks, guys.
Anita.
Thank you for listening.
And it's your boy Doug. And thank you for listening to us. Please subscribe to us so you can watch more of our listen to more of our podcast. We're eventually gonna. All of our social medias will be in the descriptions. We're going to release a video version on YouTube, and we're going to talk about Produce 48 after this podcast, and that will also be on YouTube. So please check out our YouTube page for that. Subscribe on everything. Check out our Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. So thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.